Welcome to the channel. My name is Pam. Here on my channel, we create ways to achieve a debt-free lifestyle. In this video, we're going to be doing our 2023 budget setup for the month of January. Now that sounds really crazy to say 2023, but that is what we're going into. Before we get started, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications so that you'll be sure to get more videos just like this one. If you are returning, I thank you and I appreciate you. All right, I've already done all the little doodads with the stickers and whatnot. And we want to start off by saying this month, we're going to start each day with a grateful heart. All right, I've decided to work very hard, do some self-love, donate, some random acts of kindness, as well as continue to crush what I need to do and some volunteering this month. This is a new planner and I did figure out a way to buy these things without spending a whole lot of money. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set some goals with this planner. We're going to set 2 goals. And our first goal is going to be to increase our income. And this is where I'm actually writing increase our income. And then we're going to get 3 ways that we expect to achieve those goals. And the 3 ways to increase our income are going to be to reduce our debt, to continue to bring in our 500 savings everyday plan, and to basically continue our side hustles so that we have more income. The second goal is going to be to repair our credit, to continue to repair our credit. And the 3 ways I expect to achieve this goal would be simply by checking our credit score. So I've really been adamant about checking the credit score and to continue to reduce the debt that I have, especially the credit card debt. The last step was to continue to reflect on the last months and how I would carry out the strategies to achieve each goal. So once again, I'll continue to do that and I'll come back and do that at the end of the month. So on this page, this is the things to follow up on. I'm making sure that I write down the 4 different things that I want to follow up on when I come back and address what I've done. The first thing I'm going to follow up on is our savings challenges, then our goals, and then the third thing I'm going to focus on is our extra income, and then reducing our debt. Most of the things that go into the savings challenge will definitely be concentrating on our 5K in 6 months, beginning our 52-week challenge, the $1,000 in 30 days challenge, the $500 challenge in 30 days, and also our coin challenge. So those are actually the things that we will definitely work on this month. And then after that, I'll focus on the different goals, which we've already notated, which were the savings, the investment options, credit history increase, and we added a new one, which is going to be our business. So we want to focus on our business this year more, especially beginning in the month of January. We've already started the process, but we want to continue to do it. Then after that, I'll begin to focus on the extra income, our side hustles, our YouTube, our social media accounts, and also readdress the reducing the debt, the credit cards, and the payoffs as well. So those are the few follow-up actions that we'll take. It seems like a lot, but it is definitely going to be worth it. This is one of the saving goals sheets that I will utilize for all of the months, and I'll try to track these for each month. The goal is to get $1,000 a month. That's stretching it for me on my income. And but we're going to start with January and we're going to work our way to the top. We'll try to see how it goes each month. Whatever we save is what we'll put here. So we'll track it for the entire year. This particular planner that I got is more of a spiritual planner, and I need the spiritual guidance in order for me to continue to do what I'm going to do. So I'll be putting other things in this planner as well. The month at a glance sheet was the only one that I could find that they had the inserts for. So I got this one. So here we're going to take a look at the month of a glance at a glance sheet. It starts out with asking your main income and your extra income and then totaling up your income. The housing spot right here says mortgage/rent. People get confused whether or not it's mortgage or rent. So you just choose the one you want. My mortgage is basically going to be about $850. I projected. The phone cost will be $110. I projected. The electricity, I went ahead and said $180, but we'll most likely put $200. And then I added, underneath that tab, I've added land taxes. This sheet is a bit confusing because what it actually does, it asks you about transportation, insurance, food, if you have any children, any taxes, personal care, entertainment, loans, and savings and investments. And then there's a miscellaneous part. At this point, I'm trying to figure out approximately how much will my gas be. I've stuck to my $40 increments of gas. I never changed the price or went up. If I go over the $40, then I just won't go anywhere. So that's how I reduce that debt for that. So during this process, I tried to use my old budget sheet and try to reflect on exactly what I had. Since the pay year has not ended for me, my budget will it will remain the same. So those things got a bit confusing, like I said, with this sheet. So what we're probably going to do is we're going to end up going back to our old sheet and budget from the old sheet, but we want to transfer everything that we have on this sheet just to look at it from a glance point. So that's what we'll use the sheet for. Medical, clothing, nails, and hair. We do all of this in our sinking funds, so I definitely will write down the amounts. I usually save for it. So entertainment, movies, personal loans. So I might have been doing all this wrong. I don't know. Student loan, credit card, retirement, that comes out automatically. Plus I automatically pay for retirement. Savings is here. And as you see, the sheet got a bit confusing. And so we just switched back. I didn't like that sheet. So let's go back to the one that we do like. All right. So we're probably going to use the same one over and over and over and over and over. All right, so this one has the same pretty much stuff going on here. And on this one, I've added sinking funds and cash envelope. And what I'm going to do is put down here where it says miscellaneous. I'm going to put sinking funds and cash envelopes here. I don't like this tracking sheet, so I really don't know why I bought it. So I continued to transfer things over on this month at a glance because at this point I knew that I was going to have to just use this as a guide, not as my actual budget sheet. And then I wanted to review some of the other budget products that I had purchased because this insert that I bought was not for me. We will track our expenses, which would be as we go along, if we spend something extra, if we use the credit card, a debit card, and then we'll see if it was a need or a want. So this will definitely help me figure out where I'm spending my money. I always go to the convenience store, and you know what? Baby, I stopped doing that. I saved a whole lot of money. So there are certain things that we have stopped doing, okay? Over here, I've decided to track the credit cards and the ones that I need to get. I've been working on the Capital One to pay the Capital One down. We paid Best Buy off. I've got a couple more that are, you don't want your credit cards to be like right at the limit. And because of the percentage rates and the hike in percentages, it looks like they're trying to get there. So I'm gonna try to pay them down as much as I can, save a lot of cash on making a lot of things that I need to. Place my sinking funds here and the different things that I'll be doing. But these two are still here. And the sinking funds one is still here. So we'll do those. I also made a note to myself about the subscriptions. Now, these are 2 subscriptions that I use for YouTube a lot. And I'm not sure about this here TubeBuddy, but I started making a note about it. I've had it a while. And I use Morning Fame as well. So I got too many of the same types of subscriptions. So one of them has to go. All right, that's just plain and simple. StreamYard, I was paying for it as well. I think I'm going to keep it for another purpose. And my editing software, I've got 2 of those. And so we got to figure out which one we want to keep and which one we want to get rid of. It was one other thing. Don't let things you want to make you forget about the things you have. So there's a lot of things that I do have already in place. I've been trying my best to use them. Prime example, Christmas, I had a lot of things that I was able to actually, where I had bought supplies for things and I was actually able to do them. Here's another insert. This is kind of like a whiteboard. You know how you write on your whiteboards and you can erase it? So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then weekend adventures. I don't have no adventures, but this will make me, I like to doodle, especially on squares and dots. They make me become a little bit more creative with what I'm doing. So I am definitely going to keep this in here. And I am going to put this in here where it says write it out. I'm going to do this for the entire planner. Some weekly goals, some monthly goals. As I go along now, I have my favorites in there. I like the idea of the new whiteboard and new insert for the planner. And I also like the motivational sayings. I'm going to start taking a look at the new planner. So here is a planner that I found in TJ Maxx. I already got it all messed up. This is a budget planner. Now, I am not going to say I don't like this because the way this one is set up is it's set up with your savings for each month. You can write down how much you had and what you deposited and what you saved. So I should be able to keep up with 12 months of savings. It's got a place to put some contacts in. It's pretty small but pretty neat. And it also has a spot here where it says month's goals. I like that a lot. Checklist, your income and your savings amount. That is simple enough for me to follow along. Over here, this is simple enough for me to follow along too. So I might give this one a try. I'm not sure. Got bills in here and stuff you're spending. It's small enough that I may use it. All right, here's one that says review from last month, the total expenses, this month's biggest wins. Was my budget met? If not, why? I believe that we should all be accountable for what we do and what we don't do. Maybe one for the taking. If not, then I'll continue to use these inserts that we have. This planner is by Steel Mill and Company. Like I said, it's fairly simple. It was only $6.99. It even came with, look at this, y'all. It came with some envelopes. So, even though they're the same envelopes, these are the old envelopes. I used to use these all the time. So, it came with some envelopes. So, we may be going back to our old ways and trying to figure out what we like and what we don't. Checked out our budget setup for this month. We checked out our the process that we're going to use. We've checked out our goals as well. And we've done many of the setup process for January. We've even looked over some new items that we may or may not use. And we kept some of our old methods from last year. So if this video is something that you have enjoyed, please take a look at my playlist here. There's some other videos just like this one, as well as some cash envelope videos. And please, if you are new, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on all post notifications so that you'll be sure to get more videos just like this one. And don't forget, check out that video and that playlist right there.